Hi, my name is Taylor Moffat of Hallidene, and I am with Greenridge Capital. A link is provided below if you'd like to watch more interesting videos about how to do an IPO. There's way too much information to just put it into one video, so we're probably going to have about 40 or 50 videos here eventually when we're all done. And it makes life easier for us because our potential clients can watch a lot of these videos, and it saves us a whole lot of conversations. At any rate, I'm here at my home on the side of the house here, out in the mountains near the Cibola National Forest. And anyways, that's all the Cibola National Forest right there. But I love getting away from it all because of the high stress work that I do. And if you have been involved in the securities industry before, you'll understand why. At any rate, today's video is about how you can gauge whether or not your IPO will be successful quickly and easily. You don't have to pay for a great big feasibility study. You don't have to hire Greenridge Capital and pay our analysts to do a full-blown analysis. I mean, if you'd like to, Dr. Bythewood is very, very good. And we have other people as well that can do amazing analysis of your company and how it would perform in the stock market and what your stock price would be and that sort of thing. We can use comparable analysis. We can use, comparable evaluation for market price analysis based on your price earnings multiple. That's the most common way we do it. But you don't have to do any of that. It's really quick and really easy. All you do is get the yellow pages and just go through the yellow pages and make a big list of different stockbrokers that are in your area. And don't try to call the ones that are the little Mickey Mouse Series 6 guys. No offense if you're a Series 6 guy. You're an important person too. But what we want for this is we want the Series 7 guys that are the stock jockeys, the ones that actually play different stocks and buy individual stocks. And make a list of these firms and just call them up and just say, hi, I'm a CEO of this company, and here is what we do. State it in about 15 seconds. If you go more than 15 seconds, you're being too wordy, and the guy's going to lose interest, and he's probably going to hang up on you. And that's the way it works in real life anyways when you're talking to investors. You need to be able to spit it out in about 15 seconds and say, do you think this sounds like a good investment or not? And if the guy just says no and hangs up on you, write that down, put your yeses there and put your nos there. And if the guy says, yes, it's interesting, tell me more, talk with him. Get his feedback. Say, what is your opinion as a professional on this? Because all it boils down to, we can do a whole bunch of analysis and come up with lots and lots of different numbers and things to try to forecast how these guys are going to respond, because basically the stockbrokers are the movers and shakers of our world. And if you survey a bunch of them and just they all come to kind of a consensus about your company and they're all maybe over here with their opinion, then you know now that this is probably how the market will respond to your stock. If they all kind of say, well, that's confusing and I don't understand your product, then that's going to be the general consensus of the public when approached with your company. You need to make sure everything is really clear and concise. So if you've got that hurdle taken care of, and now they're saying, okay, we get it, but we're just not in the market for frac sand right now, or they say frac sand sounds really hot, but we didn't know about it, you'll have a good understanding of how it's going to work. So there it is, a big money saver. It could save you years of aggravation just by following that simple step. It's like those ads, one weird trick to reduce belly fat. Here's one weird trick that can save you tons of money in doing your IPO and get you a whole bunch of good feedback. You can use the feedback they say. If they give you advice, take it to heart, especially if there's a consensus with what they're saying. So if there are, you call 20 guys and all 20 of them say the same thing to you, then it's time to do what they said. If they all said, this is not something we're interested in, There you go. You just saved yourself a whole bunch of grief and agony and having to get an investment banker on the phone. You just accomplished the same thing by talking to a stockbroker, because most of the good investment bankers, the reason they're good is because we have experience in the past being a stockbroker, because we bought and sold stocks for clients and we understand what our clients want, and at least we hope we understand what our clients want, and we understand what makes a sexy stock and what makes a dud. So this oftentimes is just kind of a gut feeling that these stockbrokers are going to have. But if you bring your company and you say, gut feeling, that's not logical, that isn't fair. Well, the market isn't fair. The market isn't logical. Is it logical when a crappy stock skyrockets in value like Enron? No. Was it logical when a really great stock like Philip Morris? I don't like tobacco. Tobacco is bad. Tobacco kills people. But Philip Morris was a great company. And here's the stock tanking and tanking and tanking for years with a price earnings multiple of 10. Was that logical? No, the market is not logical. So sometimes fantastic companies perform poorly, and sometimes poor companies perform fantastically. But you'll be able to get a really good gauge from this just by talking to a whole bunch of stockbrokers. I hope that was helpful. And please rate the video below like this. Rate it below, but like this. Have a good one. God bless.